All right. Well, right now I have Dorothy Fischer with me, hailing from Texas, right? From Dallas.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Well, welcome, Dorothy.
Nice to be here.
Yeah. So tell me, Dorothy, a little bit about you and what you do.
Thank you, Amber. Well, I started a private practice. I started out in Fortune 500 as a corporate number cruncher back in the day, MBA degree, all that good stuff.
Uh huh.
But it wasn't the work that fulfilled me. I was good at it, but it really wasn't my passion. And the universe kind of made it made an easy out for me when the industry I was in had a crash anyway, and my whole division folded.
Oh,
And yeah,
wow.
so I had to find a new life anyway,
Mm-hmm.
which was probably the right way to. I don't think I've had a nerve to walk away. I would have known how to do that, but the universe said, "Okay, you're done. Start over."
Yeah.
And it worked out. And within several years, I found my real niche and passion, and it's helping people to get what they really want in life.
Mm,
And I stumbled into a technology that most people don't even know exists even to this day.
yeah.
And I became a master in that. And then I'm not naming it because I do so many different things now. It wouldn't be fair to even give a name to it because I'm not really using it currently.
Sure.
But it gave me a launch decades ago.
Mm-hmm.
And what I do is literally help people get out of their own way
Mm,
so they can have what they really want in life.
yeah.
And it's so surprisingly effective. It's quick, easy, gentle, reliable, permanent. It's not like the stain in the carpet that keeps coming back. You know, that's what
Yeah.
most systems are like, because when people think they're getting change work, they're not getting to the causal issues.
Right.
They're hitting the surface symptoms.
Mm-hmm.
We spend our life chasing symptoms and not getting the actual solution to the problem.
Mm-hmm.
So I was lucky enough to find this, and it worked for me. I was my own testimonial. It truly changed my life at a deep, deep level, hence my whole career that flourished after that, because I've been circling the drain for years, trying to, stumble around figuring out what life was supposed to be for me. And all of a sudden, I did this work and experienced it. And boom, the seas parted, life opened up, and things just became so clear. And I mean, it was amazing. And I felt, oh my God, this is what I'm supposed to be doing in life for others.
Mm-hmm.
And so here I am years later, 60,000 hours of client time. I can tell you this stuff is for real.
Wow.
My practice is called Inner Awareness.
Mm-hmm.
One word, capital I, capital A, Inner Awareness. Because what it does, it gives us access to the awareness we have inside, which is where all the truth is, the truth that sets us free.
Yeah.
And it really does. The interesting conundrum we have is we carry that truth in us all the time, but it doesn't make it to the conscious mind. Conscious mind is the last to know. I think it's kind of a little dirty trick, but that's what's so. So the cellular and subconscious mind holds all the keys to the kingdom, but our intellectual mind has no clue.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so busy trying to problem solve with the left brain analytical approach, which is fine, but it doesn't get to the issues that we really need to correct and to confront and to change.
Right.
And all the knowledge and intellectual know-how and learning at that level you could possibly do doesn't get the energies to shift to get the results you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost worse instead of better, because the more we know, the more we learn, the more we filled ourselves up from the neck up with knowledge and that kind of insights, but we're not getting the change from the neck down, and then become more and more incongruent. It's more and more frustrating because well, I know all this stuff. Why isn't it working? Why am I not getting results? It makes it even harder on people in some ways
Right.
than if they just, what they say, ignorance is bliss sometimes, until you finally just have to break loose and say, there's got to be a better way. And there is.
Yeah.
There is a better way.
That's so cool. So how long have you been doing it? I know you said 60 plus hours of client work. So that's
60,000 hours. I literally started, my first paying client was December of 1990. I started
Wow.
my 34th year last
Wow.
December. I know, it's flown by. It can't
know.
possibly be that long. But I literally have seen thousands of people now and 60,000 hours of results.
60,000,
I mean,
yeah.
I quit counting a couple years. I thought, okay, I'm done counting. I've hit 60,000. I'm done. But I was a number cruncher at one time. I guess I had to retain some of that a little bit.
Sure.
But no, I mean, it's I've just seen so many powerful changes in people. Now, here's what most people don't know. And I feel so sad for them. It's like, it's not your fault if what you're doing doesn't work.
Mm,
You're trying your best. There's nothing wrong with you.
yeah.
It's just that you don't realize what you're up against. And we all have this. It's part of the human condition.
Mm-hmm.
And the ironic thing, I used to teach a class years ago on called self-sabotage prevention.
Mm.
And the main thing I was addressing with people is, what is self-sabotage? It's not what you think. It is a survival mechanism in the brain that's pre-wired before you even got there. It's part of your, comes from Mother Nature, trying to protect ourselves. And what is it everybody hates in life? change. We all shy away from it. We have to work our way up to it. We have to, okay, I'm going to make that change. Do our New Year's resolutions. Let's going to change this and change that. And how long do those New Year's resolutions last? Maybe till Groundhog's Day.
Yeah, couple months,
If you're
maybe a couple
lucky.
weeks. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
really.
Yeah.
And people feel worse. They think they're a big failure. You know, go, oh my God, I'm a loser. No. My message to people if you're listening, tell you, you're not the problem. It's not your fault. Don't heap insult on top of injury and make you're the bad guy. No, what's true is you're human. You've got a human condition. And there's a part of our brain back behind our left ear and behind the skull there, very highly protected, mind you. And its job is to protect and defend the status quo. Whatever already is, you've already survived, which makes it okay. But whatever you haven't done, that's part of that change you're looking for. Oh, no. That's suspect. That's dangerous. Like whoop, whoop, whoop. You know, the system is designed to defeat that. And it knows how. It knows where all the bones are buried. It knows where all your little subconscious limits are and fears and limiting belief systems. It's the harbinger. It's the caretaker of all your limiting beliefs back in there. And they will fire up like you've never seen. You probably had moments of this, most of you. And it's like, boom, all of a sudden, nothing works. Or, you know, things will get in the way. You'll get distracted or something else will happen. There's crisis, whatever goes on. It's designed to stop you.
Right.
And it does. And after a while, people just give up.
Yeah.
So what I want your listeners to know is there is a way to create change. It can be fairly easy, simple, gentle, lasting, meaningful, profound, and real true paradigm shifts and breakthroughs are awaiting people just that close. And all you need to do is find somebody like me who knows how to help this. It's not self-help. I wish it were self-help. It's facilitated work where two or more are gathered. It takes someone to help facilitate this to make it effective.
Sure.
So that's how it is.
Awesome. Well, that's a really good explanation on what you do and the things that people struggle with. So one of the questions that I'm asking everybody that comes on is, what are 3 pearls of wisdom that you have learned, that you live by in your daily life that maybe you didn't know when you first started out? What are 3 things that you can give to someone to help them be a little more successful and maybe overcome those limiting beliefs that they've lived by all their lives?
Well, one of them is the one I've already shared, is that there is a part of the brain that's trying to protect and defend the status quo, which I didn't know when I first started this work. And that's a tremendous pearl of wisdom because most people don't know anything about that and they just keep blaming themselves.
Yeah.
And no, that's just part of nature, trying to protect you. So all of a sudden the sabotage is trying to protect me, and then I don't have to make it an enemy. Because, here's another good pearl. I've heard this a million times. Maybe you've heard it already, but it's so true. It's an absolute universal truth that what you resist persists.
Yeah.
So the more you push against something, the more it pushes back against you, and the more stuck you get.
Yeah.
The metaphor in our childhood stories was the Brer Rabbit and Brer Fox and the little tar baby. And the fox tricks the rabbit into playing with the tar baby, or tries to trick him. I'm sorry, I got that backwards. The rabbit tries to trick the fox into playing with the tar baby, knowing that he'll get stuck forever to tar on beautiful foxwork. Can you imagine how awful that would be?
Yeah.
And that's what this whole system, that's what this sabotage pattern is trying to protect you from change. It's trying to stick you where you can't change. And you are stuck at that point. And so so the real pearl of wisdom is there are solutions to that, but you got to go find them.
Yeah.
They are out there, but they're not going to just show up at your doorstep. You got to be looking for them and know how to seek them out, and then do something about it. Don't take action.
Right.
Knowing it's worth, and so many people are burned out. They've taken so many actions that never worked. Like, oh, never mind. I'm not going to. I was really at that point when this came to me out of nowhere years ago, back in 1990. I was 5 years of trying to find a new career, find a new job. How many failures had I tried? How many things had fizzled out and never got off the ground? It was just one thing after another. It was just, you want to just throw your hands, but you can't. I mean, you got to still live somehow, but it's like, I'm through trying. I can't, there's nothing left of me. I'm just worn out.
Yeah.
And then finally this came up out of nowhere. That's a whole other story, but suddenly it's like, and I almost said no. Someone said, why don't you try this? I said, try to. No, I can't do it. And the little small voice in my head said, just do it, Dorothy. Just jump in there and do it. So I got out on my own. Somehow I said yes when I didn't think I was going to say yes. And I had the chance to experience this work. And it was, from that moment, my life was different. I mean, that's a complete turning point in my life. At that very moment, it's like, what if I hadn't said yes? Oh my God, I don't want to think about that now.
Yeah, that's
So
incredible.
it really is. So when you're just about to give up, darkest before the dawn, that's probably, and by the way, the sabotage, when it's at its worst, is probably when you're right next to a huge breakthrough.
Yeah.
And somehow your system knows that, doesn't want you to have that breakthrough. It thinks it's going to kill you. It's got to stop you. So when you're close to giving up, that's probably you're right around the corner from a real breakthrough. That's when you want to give it one last push and give it a chance. Number three is trust the process. I've loved that mantra for years because deep down it really is a process.
Yeah.
The process of life. And it has its ups and it has its downs. It has its cycles. It has its flows. It has its issues. But ultimately it's working for you. Ultimately life is always serving you, working to your benefit, trying to get you moving in the right direction, wants you to have what you want. There is an invisible force here that is really beneficent, supportive, and sometimes we have to remember to ask for its help. There's a reason I threw my hands up and said, "Oh, help me, God! I don't know what else I'm doing. I'm giving up." And then the help just showed up out of nowhere. And it's not about religion at all. It's about life. It's about the nature. It's about a force of existence is always moving forward, always wants positive outcomes. And the process can get interesting, can be a little different, can have its twists and turns, but it's all still part of a bigger process of getting you to a conclusion that then becomes the next platform for the next leap forward. So it's always ongoing, and it's ultimately to your benefit. So trust is going to get you there somehow.
Yeah. No, I love that. That's awesome. So, Dorothy, if people wanted to get a hold of you, where would they find you?
Well, I have an office here in Dallas in the Farmers Branch area, but the best way to reach me is to email my address, Dorothy@innerawareness.com.
Do you want to spell that?
Yes, I sure do. Dorothy is Dorothy. Think of Wizard of Oz as Dorothy. There's this extra O in there. Some people don't know that. Dorothy at inner, INNER, awareness, AWARENESS.com. Dorothy@innerawareness.com.
Perfect.
So, and I'll do my best to get back to you. And let me know what you're asking for.
Yeah.
I do individual sessions. They last a couple of hours. And am I supposed to name a price point, or how does that work here?
You could just have them reach out to you, and then
reach out to
you
me,
can have
and
more
we'll talk more information. Yeah.
Yeah, bring your laundry list of things that you want to change.
Well, that's so true. And by the way, I can do phone sessions with people. I do have an office, and they can meet with me in person, and I love that. But we don't have to do that. I've learned a way to do my work over the telephone and get the exact same results as I get with somebody right in front of me.
Yeah.
And when I found that breakthrough, oh my gosh, it opened up to I've worked with lots of people I've never had the privilege of meeting in person, and the results I get are absolutely the same as they would get if we were in my office.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter, because you know what? Energy doesn't care about time, distance, or space. It can transcend all of those parameters. What we're really doing is changing energies all the way down to the subconscious and cellular level. You could say we have access to the Intel chip inside. And that's where that programming is held. And that's and that's energetically held like a computer. I mean, we are the most amazing computer in the universe, is our brain.
Right.
And you can get in there and shift those energies and change those beliefs and repattern and reprogram them to what we want. And the things just open up. It's really quite miraculous.
Yeah.
So thank you for asking. And I'd love for people to reach out, because, I mean, this is such a passion to me. I mean, I have to say, when this business took off for me, it took off so fast, I had to run to keep up. And I was putting in extreme hours, because back then I didn't have any boundaries.
Sure.
But I loved what I was doing so much, and and to this day, it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah.
It's not. It's just experiencing miracle after miracle, and it's just so rewarding and so exciting, and I just can't wait to see the light come back in people's eyes. And I can even see that in my mind when I'm on the phone with people. So I don't have to be with you to feel that light coming back inside of you when we're getting the results that you're looking for.
Yeah.
And
is there anything else that you want to add, Dorothy?
Absolutely. And thank you for asking. I would like your listeners to know, anybody who reaches out to me who's heard this broadcast, email me, and in your subject line say free offer. And the free offer would be, I will spend 15 minutes with you, and I'll use my own energy method techniques to find out from your system what are the top 3 hotspots of things that are bothering you.
Wow.
Top 3 areas of energy blockage,
Mhm.
which you may or may not be conscious of. And you're either going to go, oh, I'm not sure. And you'll say, oh, God, I know that's exactly right. So either it's going to help uncover stuff that needs to be given some attention, and or it's going to help verify the fact that this system is very accurate, because it's going to go find you like a heat-seeking missile, find the hotspots, and without you telling me anything about it.
Mhm.
You just let me at you, and I'll go in just, 15 minutes is a long time for that. So we can kind of do a little discovery session and get a little discovery free of charge, just because you've heard this broadcast, and I want to give back to you and let you experience what this is a little bit alike.
That's awesome. That's a great opportunity.
Yeah.
So you guys heard it. So if you email her at her email address, which is dorothy@innerawareness.com,
Mhm.
right?
That's right.
And in the subject line, you just put free offer, and she'll give you a free 15-minute session to be able to find what that is. What did you say?
Well, it's a good discovery session.
discovery, yeah.
Diagnostics. Yeah,
Mhm.
we'll be able to find out, according to your system, what are your 3 major hotspots.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great. All right. Well, thank you so much, Dorothy. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.